a lot of people with depressive mental illnesses, serious mental illnesses, live very, very full lives. But the one thing I have learnt over the years, 15 years with Beyond Blue, and it is particularly so with sportsmen and women, more so with men than women, that where there is an issue that is causing them stress and anxiety, and it continues to build up without being dealt with, it can often lead to very, very serious illnesses. In fact, I'm very tempted, and may still do it, not this week, but next week, in that other organ, Jill, being the Herald Sun, to write an article having a look at the way in which professional sport is having such a huge social impact on those who are part of it. In other words, young men and women are picked up early, identified early, selected by a club, put into a cocoon, taken out of society, and then are pampered for as long as they're with that organisation until they are spat out by the system again. And in that professionalism, which is very different from the days when I grew up, when sportsmen and women did their training after work, played in the weekend, and then continued a career, so they kept abreast of those in their own peer group. Today, young men and women are taken out of life, cocooned, however much training they get. They have downtime, which many of them don't use wisely, downtime, which takes many of them to gambling, downtime, which takes them to, in many cases, social drugs, etc., etc. But all of that just builds on top of what might be happening with an individual who suffers from a lack of understanding by his or her peers about their condition. So a young gay man playing football, desperately trying to hold it to himself, scared of how he's going to be received, can actually end up very ill indeed. Same with people with mental illnesses. So today, to me, is a stake in the ground. I don't anymore come out on Saturdays and Sundays. Having been in public life for 30 years, I now try and make sure that Saturdays and Sundays are for me and my family and my grandchildren. But when Jason asked me to come here today, I had no hesitation. Nor did Mark Evans and nor did Matt Finnis, because this is a continuation of a ball that is gathering speed and gathering moss. And of the 840 odd senior AFL players, have no doubt about it, there will be a large number who are gay. It's not a crime to be gay, it's not a crime to have a mental illness. In my opinion, it's a crime and a reflection on us that we don't allow people to live their lives as they see fit. And this is often seen just as an issue about whether gay marriage should be allowed or not allowed. And I've got to say to you, many, many years ago, I was against it. Not that many years ago, 15 years ago. But as I continued to do work with Beyond Blue, I came to a point where I realised what right have I as a citizen to deny any other citizen, regardless of their sexuality, the same enjoyment, the same happiness, the same opportunities that I've had in my life, if as long as they, like me, were law-abiding citizens. I hope we get to a point quickly. I hope, and I was seeing some people last week, who were very keen to arrange a Pride game in the AFL next year. Whether it happens or not, I don't know, but we're closer every week, we're closer every month, and we're closer every year. Not that the AFL should ever be seen as the only body responsible for social attitudes and social behaviour. They're not. It's a community issue. But the more the community can lock in, the more the community can enter into partnerships, the better we're going to be. So today is important, as I said to you. Firstly, because we're here. We've got this extraordinary environment. We'll see a good game of football. But we're also, in one way, part of a movement towards putting an end to discrimination based on sexuality. It's important we talk about this issue with those who aren't here. As parents, it's important we talk to our children from an early age, not to instruct them, but just tell them the way in which our society should be working. Having said that, this is quietly a wonderful tribute today to Jason and to all those who are part of it. To Joy FM, who are covering this lunch and are covering this match and have put so much into it. From little acorns to big trees grow. We're changing the community's attitude on mental health and mental health issues. We will change attitudes to do with homophobia over time. Please do not get distracted. Please do not get upset if you don't achieve 100% tomorrow. We won't, but we will over time. And it's better to have genuine change than to try and bring about artificially and to make it a political type issue. I'd rather have bipartisanship. I'd rather people, regardless of age, regardless of gender, regardless of colour, regardless of politics, understand that if we can get rid of this aspect of discrimination, we will give so many Australians who are today not in any way ashamed of their sexuality, but discriminated against because the rest of the community hasn't yet got to the place where we offer them the same opportunities we have ourselves. Have a wonderful lunch, and if we all shut up for a moment, I'm sure the speech next door's a lot better. Thank you. Have a good day.